Hello everyone and welcome to the Action Figuratorium. My name is Mark Major. I am a real big toy collector here in the Southeast Portland area. I'm also an old school sales and marketing guy, and I love making these kind of action figure industry sales and marketing videos, and today is going to be yet another one of those. We're going to be talking about how YouTube channels that are action figure related can use things such as going on other people's live streams, buying super chats and gifting memberships, as well as the almighty giveaway to market your channel and get views and get subscribers. And we're going to talk about, first of all, is this sustainable? And then we're going to talk about, is this actually good for your channel? Now, in this video, when I go over these things, I'm really trying to see if we can get some comments, some discussion from people who aren't YouTubers, people who are just audience members, and what you think about these YouTube channels doing giveaways as well as gifting all these memberships, and how it makes you feel. Is this a positive, or do you actually react negatively, as I'm going to talk about in this video? Please note that I have myself paid for super chats on some live streams in an attempt to advertise this channel, and it's a beautiful channel. Look at the set I have here, people. I've also done a giveaway myself. I am in fact guilty of these things, if we're going to talk about these things being a possible negative, and so let's throw me in that pot as well. I'm all for going under the microscope for this and making it a little bit more interesting. So everybody, you know the rules, people. You got to come together, strap on the leather, and hold on tight. So we should probably cut over, since you know, I was a person who did a giveaway. This is the video that I launched for my giveaway. Now, originally I did this when I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I wasn't really planning on doing a giveaway, not for 1,000 subscribers. But what happened was, I won another channel's giveaway, and I felt a little kind of awkward and weird, as if like, well, I'm a YouTuber, maybe I shouldn't be participating in winning other channels. But then I thought, you know what? I'm going to do something different. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to turn this into kind of a marketing extravaganza. I'm going to take the thing that I won, I'm going to add some stuff to it, and I'm going to call it a super giveaway, and we're going to promote both channels, my channel, and it was actually Sir Mathus, who I still want to promote. I love the Sir Mathus channel. He does 1/6 scale military guys. I love his reviews, and you know, I'll post a link down below so you can check it out, because that was the whole point of the giveaway, was to in fact sort of promote both our channels. So I did a giveaway. I've also done several super chats. I go on to other people's live streams. I love watching podcasts, and if it's a podcast I particularly love, I have no problem dropping some bucks here or there on a super chat to sort of get my name, get my ideas in front of people. It's a very common thing. But what we're seeing nowadays is that there are a lot of channels who all they do is spend money on other shows, super chats, and just buy gift memberships and gift them and gift them and gift them. And it's as if they want to just particularly buy favor. Also, there's a lot of other channels now, and you see it just absolutely everybody is doing giveaways. It's as if they can't get people to their YouTube channel on their regular content, and the only thing they can offer are giveaways, which I find to be kind of disturbing in some ways. So, is this sustainable? Is this the kind of thing you can do? And obviously, you know the motto, people around here. In terms of marketing, you have to spend money to make money. It's up to them how they want to spend their money, how they want to do their marketing. These are definitely avenues that are okay to go down. You're allowed to spend money and do giveaways. You're allowed to spend money on super chats. If this is your approach to marketing your show and this is how you want to spend your money, go ahead and do it. Now, it just depends on how much money you have, but can you actually spend enough money doing this kind of marketing in which you can make money? And the answer is yes. Why? Because once you get to a certain amount of subscribers and you get to a certain amount of hours viewed, you're allowed to then yourself take super chats and people can come on your show and spend money. But what I also see is that at a certain point, people have their own memberships. They join the channel and they do their own giveaways for members. So in a way, it's kind of like you're selling memberships as if you're selling raffle tickets. And that's kind of its own sort of little microeconomy. So yes, these are totally sustainable if you can spend enough money to get up to those levels and you can keep it going. However, let's talk about the next part of this equation. Is this good for your channel in like the long run? For example, do people, and this is what I kind of want to see in the comments, do people watching other live podcasts see the same guys throwing money all the time? The same, it's kind of like when you just see nothing but Coca-Cola ads and you're like, Jesus, is there nothing else exist outside this universe but Coca-Cola? It's like you keep seeing the same guys throwing the same amount of money, or keep seeing the same guys running giveaways to where you feel that there is no content on these channels apart from paying the audience to try and win something. And can it have a negative effect? And I think it can. I think there are people out there who after a while get turned off by this. Certainly people see the giveaways and they go, ooh, free stuff. I mean, I'll be honest, that's kind of what drags me in. I'll be honest. When I see someone giving away something and all it takes is putting the hashtag contest rigged and you get a chance to win a hooded Cobra Commander or something. I mean, why not? It's like a free Cobra Commander. All I had to do was type something, simple equation. But after a while, you start to equate these channels with that. You don't equate these channels with whatever other content they're selling you. This is one of the reasons why I myself have been kind of limiting myself in terms on whose and what podcasts I go on. I get a lot of invites to go on other people's shows because I'm that guy who talks about marketing. I'm the guy who talks about Kickstarters. I'm the guy who talks about toy industry. I'm not the guy who does Marvel Legends reviews. I'm not the guy who does Black Series reviews. I don't go on anyone's show for their Black Series. I don't go on anyone's shows for Marvel. I go on people's shows because I'm going to say something outrageous about the toy industry, and I'm going to call someone out, and I'm going to tell it like it is. And so people want me to come on their show to be that guy. And I'm actually trying to limit my exposure on that because I really want to focus the Action Figuratorium on, I've decided, just a small group of people. I don't want to go wide. I don't want to go large. I don't want to do giveaways to get people. I want people to come here because they want to hear stuff like what I'm talking about today. They think this is kind of interesting and they want to engage in the conversations. And for those of you that don't know, when I do these types of videos and people share them out on Facebook and stuff like that, these are not the final say. These are not the final word. These are the starting words of a conversation. This is where we begin to discuss. I bring everyone up to speed and I say, well, what about this? And then I look forward to you guys, the audience, typing like, your feelings on the matter. And a lot of people respond with like, Mark, I totally disagree. I think you missed this point. I think you got this wrong. I think that you said this and you really meant this. I get that a lot. Why? Because I flub a lot. I make up a bunch of stuff that's crap, and people call me out on it, and it's fun to get called out on it because we all kind of grow together. There's nothing cooler than when the guy who says the stuff comes out and says, all right, yeah, you busted me on that. You're right about that. And yes, I think you made a great point on this. And I agree with that, and this is a great point, and yes, you are correct. So there's nothing wrong with like calling me out or saying in the comments that I'm wrong or that I'm stupid or that I'm dumb. In fact, those are actually kind of fun. In fact, if you really nail me on something, a lot of times I like to pin those comments, if you know what I mean. So these are just the starting point, people. These conversations, such as today, how do you, the audience member, feel about endless giveaways on YouTube channels? Endless gifted memberships on podcasts, endless super chats from the same people over and over again to the point where you're like, God, I don't really need to watch this person's channel because everywhere I go, there they are. I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you're a YouTuber and you find this conversation interesting, let me know that you YouTube and how you're doing and how it affects you and that kind of stuff. I love talking about these things. So with that, thank you as always to everyone who made it this far in the video. You know the drill, people. The liking, the subscribing, all that kind of stuff, that goes on in your own time, right? But our time together, what are we going to do? People, we're going to stay charged.